One question I get asked often is how to send baseballs through the mail to different players. Let's take a look at how I do it. Maybe different than how other people do it, but for the most part, as long as the ball gets there, you'll be okay. So here's what we need. We need 2 envelopes. Now these envelopes are bubble envelopes, so they're padded, and they are 8.5 by 11.25. You could buy these at Target or Walmart or any other Office Depot, I'm sure has them. So you need 2 of those. Next, obviously, you need your baseball. You need a blue Bic pen. You don't need to send a fancy pen. These guys do just fine. And lastly, a sandwich size Ziploc bag. So you take the ball and you put it inside the Ziploc bag, just like that. Push any air out of it. And that's the first thing you do. The ball just adds an extra layer of protection. The next thing you do is you get one of these envelopes and you want to put your name and address at the top left-hand corner, as well as in the middle of the envelope. So in 2 places, you are putting your name and your address. The top left-hand corner, as well as the middle of the envelope. After you have your name and address in both locations, you put 5 stamps in the top right-hand corner. So once again, 5 stamps in the top right-hand corner, your name and address in the middle, and your name and address at the top left-hand side. The reason why you put it in both locations is you want the package to be returned to you and not be returned to the player. Okay, so if one location isn't legible, they could read the other. I recommend writing in all caps, all capital letters, and that helps with the legibility. So you take the envelope, you take the ball, and you put the ball inside the envelope just like that. Next, you take the pen, it's just a regular pen, and you also put it inside the envelope. And so now you take these 2 items, or these 2 items inside the envelope. Let me move the pen just a little bit here. There we go. And then you take these 2 items and you fold them in half. And you put it inside the second envelope. Just like that. When you're ready to go, you seal the envelope. It's that easy. On this second envelope, it's addressed a little bit different. You have your name and your address at the top left-hand side. You have the player's name and address in the middle. And you have your 5 stamps on the top right. So once again, you have your name and address in the top left, the player's name and address in the middle, and 5 stamps on the top right. So what I do is I just get all this done at the kiosk in the post office, and it's a sticker. The label is a sticker, and I just put this sticker right here in the middle. That makes it a little bit easier because everything is right there, super legible, barcode for the postal carriers to scan, and you get tracking along with that. So you could always see where your ball is located and where it's going. So now let's talk about another factor. Let's say you want to send a card, a baseball card, to the player. So let's see how I do that. The first thing you need is your letter. Let's set those aside. The next is I use 4 index cards for protection. So letter followed by 4 index cards. I like to send blank index cards because every once in a while those things come back signed. You also send the card. In this case, I'm sending to Bobby Richardson, hoping to get this ball as well as this card signed. I think with the blue Sharpie or blue pen, it would look really, really nice with this red background. So typically I don't send the card in a top loader like this, but today I am. There's no really any rhyme or reason why I'm doing it today. It's just I don't know. Like I feel like I should do it today. And another thing I like to use is these larger top loaders for those 1969, 1970 basketball cards, and they're much bigger. You can see how much bigger this top loader is from the other one. And the reason why I like to do that is I put it inside of this envelope, and it just helps make the envelope much more rigid. So that goes in first, and then I take 2 of the index cards and put it in the back of the card. 2 index cards put on top, and then my letter goes right on top. And I place everything inside the envelope just like this. The last thing is the most important. I don't just put it inside the envelope as is. I like to take this flap and put it inside of the envelope, because when I do that, it pretty much locks everything in place. Like there aren't going to be any cards falling out. It locks it in place. And a lot of times players will lick the envelope and send it back. Actually, I had one player who didn't use the envelope at all, or my top loaders, and sent the card floating around with the ball. That was pretty scary. I'll link to that video at the end. That was that was pretty exciting. Luckily, the card wasn't damaged. So if I don't send the card with this top loader, the process is the same. I have the larger top loader, 2 note cards. I put the baseball card inside, 2 more note cards, and then the letter. And all this goes inside. And sandwiched, just like before. Just like that. Then after everything is inside, what I do, let me get this back out, is I take this envelope and I put it inside the larger envelope with the ball. And I don't know if you can see or not, but I try and put it to one side of the ball, like that. I know the ball probably travels inside of the envelope a little bit, but I think I'm just kind of humoring myself and hoping the ball doesn't roll on top of the card in the envelope. Once everything's inside, I fold it in half just like before, and then stick it inside of the second mailer, just like this, and it's ready to go. Hey guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope you found it informational. Thank you very much. Guys, check out my other videos. If you ever want to wonder how to send baseball cards or sports cards through the mail, I'll link that video at the end also. And if you want to follow me on social media, guys, do it. I'm there. Hit like, hit subscribe. I'll see you guys next week. New video coming next week. See ya.